Hey everybody, Canada Graphs here, and this is a set report for Supergirl, Season 6, Episode 13. This is part 1 of 2 sets of video from this location. There'll be another one coming out shortly. I'm hoping to knock both of them out in the same day. This is the cast doing a read-through before they start shooting. It was all night shoots, so this is not part of the scene. This is them just doing a read-through. They do that before they start their day. Kind of everyone stands around, reads their lines. Sometimes they'll mimic the action of what they're doing, but on this particular day they just did a read-through. You see Melissa Benoist, Staz Nair, Chyler Leigh, David Harewood, and an unknown actress that were there for those scenes. They had a couple of different locations they shot on this day that you'll see in these takes. This is just them doing a read-through. You see Staz not reading right now because he's not really in the scene. It's just Melissa, David, and that girl that were from that location. Here they are shooting some of those scenes. It is dark, so it's probably a little hard to see at times. This was me trying to figure out exactly, trying to figure out the focus. You can see kind of hard to exactly see where they were there for a second. It's a little blurry there for a second, but then if I zoom out it works, but then when I start to zoom back in, if I zoom too close it's a little hard. So you can see they all go scattering, and there goes Staz Nair running to save a kid, and then Chyler Leigh comes in and shoots at something, and that was all they did for that part of that scene. Over at the other side they had this bigger scene. You see Melissa Benoist, she's standing on top of a news van or something. I don't know why. One thing about this is, you'll see it in a later clip, she's actually attached up there. There's a string holding her up there, just in case for some reason a strong wind were to come by, because it is pretty windy there, like very windy. This is her doing part of the scene. You can see she's all prepared to do her superhero stuff down on the ground. You see David Harewood down there standing around. This is I can't remember exactly which point this was in the thing now, but you can see she's about to do her superhero landing and looking, and she's making a speech to the mystery woman that's on the ground, and she's now looking at something in the sky, trying to laser beam it. Kind of funny when you see it without the special effects sometimes. You can see also, on top of it, generally a windy location, they also had a fan going to make it extra windy. So yeah, that's why she had the little cord on, because even though you're probably 99.9% safe up there, there's always the chance that you just lose your balance for a second, and if you fell off that thing, it would be goodbye TV series. So they take the extra precaution. You can see just out her back, you can see a harness string that's attached to her. Down on the ground, David and this girl are having an argument, and she at some point shoves him against the van, and she yells at him that "you've ruined my life's work." I think she might actually say it to Melissa. I can't remember, but that's more or less the gist of it. She's mad because they have ruined something she did. If you see all that rain off the side of the pieces there, it was raining a bit. Yeah. It rains in Vancouver sometimes. So, yep. There's not much else to add really to this. The scene is pretty basic. Melissa, Supergirl is trying to explain to this girl, hey, don't do this. Girl is mad. Martian Manhunter was down there. I don't know what he says or does during it except get shoved. It's kind of all the same scene. There will be more video. I do have another piece from the second night they did, which has a little bit more action in it. It has a little more variety in it than this one, so that one will come out pretty soon after I get this done. And this is, I think, the final clip where Melissa's just standing there waiting for someone to come and get her down from there. You see they bring these stairs in so that she can walk down there, and they also have someone that'll come up and unhook that cable from her so that she can leave, because at the moment she's locked in there. And this guy will come, unhook the cable, and then she'll be out for the night. And that is it for the video portion of this. I've got a few still photos here from the set, which is obviously more in the blog that is linked in the description below. But here's a few of them. That's the daytime like setup. This is them going through their read through of the scenes. You can see Staz, Melissa, Chyler, David, and that mystery girl there on set. They're just reading through the different scenes I have to do that night, which is you've already seen in the video portion. There's Chyler and that mystery girl. If anyone knows who this mystery girl is, please let me know. I always like to try and credit people properly when I can. There's Staz. There is this mystery guy who wasn't even at that like script reading, but he was in the scene with Chyler and Staz. Here's that mystery girl standing in front of her van. She's some type of sciencey tech person, I got the impression of, based off of the type of scene that she was doing and some of the stuff she was saying. I wish I could tell you more about who she is, but I mean, it seemed like she was at some point a villain and at some point working with them. There's Melissa reading the script before she gets ready to do her scene. She's standing on top of a van, by the way, at this point. You can't really see it in these shots because it's dark, but they've literally got a cable attached to her, like you saw in that scene at the end where a guy came up to unfasten her so she could leave. And that's just in case like a wind comes by or she loses her footing. There you can see actually the cable out the back there. And so that's just in case something weird happens and suddenly she loses her balance. She's not going to go far, you know. She might fall down, but she's not going to fall off. There's that girl and David again. Here's Melissa looking down, and I think she's doing maybe her freeze breath thing or something. I don't know what she's doing in that scene. There's a better lit one because they had like strobe lighting that would go on and off, so sometimes it was really bright and you would get good lighting, and then other times not so much. Here you can see the TV camera on their crane up high to get a good close-up of her up there. There's the close-up you probably would get. And that is it for this. I will have more 613 set report coming out soon, and I have some for episode 614 as well. After that, I am out of content currently, but maybe by the time you see this video, I'll be working on new content. You never know. Thanks, and bye.